Question 3, excuse me, triangle ABC has a right angle at C. That's already marked for us. Select all the measurements, which would mean it has a hypotenuse with a length of 10 units. So we want our hypotenuse to be 10. And right now, well, let's just go through each one of these individually. So angle A is 20 degrees. And BC is 2 units. So if this is the angle that we know, then if we go directly opposite from this one, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. This would be our opposite side. We know that this one would be our hypotenuse. So if we do opposite over hypotenuse, that's this one here, 2 over 10 would be equal to 0.2. And so if we look at the 20, so the angle here is 20 degrees, and we look at the opposite over hypotenuse, we get 0.342. And since this number here doesn't match this number here, then this one cannot be a solution. So this one would not give us a hypotenuse with a length of 10 units. So AC is 7 units, so that's this one down here. And BC is 3 units, that's this one over here. And we want our hypotenuse to be 10. So what we can do to check to see if this is a right triangle, if these side lengths will make a right triangle, is see if it's a Pythagorean triple. So if we do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and both sides are equal to each other, then we know that yes, that is a Pythagorean triple. We know that that is a right triangle. So we'll do 3 squared plus 7 squared is equal to 10 squared. And again, I'm just going to put this little triangle up above just to show that we're checking that. So 3 squared, remember it's not 3 times 2, it's 3 times itself, so that would be 9. 7 squared is not 7 times 2, it's 7 times 7, which is 49. And we know that 10 squared is 100. Well, already we can kind of see, in order for these two to add up to 100, this one would have to be much larger than 9. So this is also not going to work to give us a hypotenuse of 10 units. So the next one we're going to look at is B. Angle B is 50 degrees, so that's this one up here. And BC is 4 units. So we know that this one is our hypotenuse because that's always our hypotenuse. The one that's directly across from that is going to be the opposite, which means that this one is the adjacent. So for a 50-degree angle, we want this one to be 10, remember. So I'm just going to put this here. For a 50-degree angle, we want the adjacent over hypotenuse ratio to be, sorry, for a 50-degree angle, get to the right spot, we want it to be 0.643. So if I do the adjacent over the hypotenuse, that's going to give us 0.4, which does not match the 50-degree adjacent divided by hypotenuse, so this one is not going to work. Kind of looks like we're striking out here. All right, next one. Angle A is 30 degrees, and BC is 5 units, and we want 10 to be our hypotenuse. Now, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. We've done triangles like this before. If you look at this, this is a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. And a 30, 60, 90 right triangle comes from half of an equilateral triangle. So if this side right here is one full side of an equilateral triangle, then that means that this side has to be half of it, because remember, the height of that triangle splits this equilateral triangle directly in half. So this one does work. I will also show you how to find it using this table. So if you forget that this is a special right triangle, I forgive you. This angle is the one that we're working with. This is our hypotenuse always because it's opposite from the 90-degree angle. And directly across from the 30 is where our opposite is. So if we do the opposite over the hypotenuse, that gives us 0.5. And for a 30-degree angle, doing the opposite over the hypotenuse is 0.5. So yes, this one is correct. And the last one, we have AC is 8 units, BC is 6 units, and we want AB to be 10 units. So again, we have all three side lengths here, so we're just gonna check to see if this is a Pythagorean triple. So remember, the only requirement when we're doing this is that 10 has to go where C is. So 6 squared plus 8 squared is equal to 10 squared. And again, I'm just gonna put my little question mark up here to show that I'm just checking to see if those two sides are equal. 6 squared is 36, 8 squared is 64, 10 squared is 100. Again, I'm just gonna put a little question mark. 36 and 64 is 100. That is equal to 100, so this one would also work.